This is why the hobby is so confusing. I bought a proof blank planchet at the Green Hills Coin Show yesterday, and I'm going to share that with you. But it's how PCGS labeled it. And I'm here to tell you, proofs are not grades, but yet they do have a designation as a grade. So we're going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to explain a few things about proofs and what's not a proof. So stay tuned. But first, here's my website, portsmouthcoinshop.com, and I have a lot of mint errors over here on the site. And if you get a chance, come over here and check out what we have to offer. We do have the new 2022 Silver Eagles and also a lot of graded coins, and I'm going to have more coins to put up. I will be doing a video on my Green Hills experience yesterday also, so be looking for that. So I bought this at the coin show yesterday. It's a no date PCGS Mint State 62 silver proof type 2 planchet. Now a type 1 planchet would not have the upset rims. Okay, this already went through the upsetting mill which formed the rims, so it's a type 2. It weighs 27.5 grams, so it's a silver planchet, which is obviously for a US commemorative dollar and a 90% silver planchet. This one looks to have some scratches, but this is the problem. It seems like 62 is a generic grade for these. Almost every one of them I see now, I'm noticing that they're 62. But it says MS. It should be PR 62. I'm not really sure why they would use a mint state designation whenever all their proofs that they grade, even if this is not actually struck, it should still be PR. Because a proof starts at the planchet. You can tell this planchet, it's specially prepared as a very polished surface. That is where proofs start. Once this gets the rims, like I said, in the upsetting mill, and then it goes to the coining chamber and is struck by the dies. Those dies are especially prepared as well. Then the coin is often struck more than once as a proof. Sometimes the details of the proof die are different. The rims could be square. The details could be more defined, because a proof is created for either an example to show to someone to decide on whether they want to mint the coin or not, or it's just for collectors and proof sets and special sets. So proofs are special, but PR is not necessarily a grade. It's actually the state of a coin and the preparation of that coin surface, the planchet, as well as, like I said, the planchet of the coin, but also the dies. Okay, so that's the difference. When it comes to a proof, really the number after it is the grade. We already know proof is the state of how the coin was prepared and struck. Now when you get to AU and very fine, like almost uncirculated, and those grades, those are considered alphanumeric grades. Okay, it's a little different. But you can't take a proof and circulate it and then make it an AU 50, MS, that kind of thing. It's still a PR 50, and we'll talk about that too. But first, let's take a look at some proofs. Some people get this so confused when it comes to half dollars and Eisenhower dollars, so let's take a look a little bit here. So here's the PCGS, and they have all these images to look at, decams and cameos and proofs. So we can look at just a proof and give it a second to load. And this one's obviously, that was a tone proof, but this is what they kind of look like. This is really not decam. I mean, I've seen them label them decam, but a cameo is the frosting, and what I call the frosting, where the die was etched. And here's your decam. This is what you're looking for. You see all that frostiness is what we call it. That's definitely a decam coin, and there's a big difference there. Okay, then you have the no S that everybody gets confused, and it looks nothing like the. I mean, it's a proof. It looks like the proofs. It looks nothing like a business strike. Okay, it has the cameo appearance. It's a Philadelphia mint. That's why it doesn't have a mint mark. The S is not missing. It just wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, it wasn't struck anywhere else. It was struck at Philadelphia. There's only one of these known. But anyways, we're not trying to get into that too much, but as you can see, a proof is a proof. Whether it's decam or not decam. Same thing with the 64 Kennedys. This is an example of just a regular proof. If you want to see what a decam looks like, you can come over here and click that. But these are proofs. They're not SMS coins. Even if they have similar appearances, They're not the same thing. They don't have the exact appearances. So anyways, I wanted to kind of move on a little bit to Eisenhower dollar proofs. And as you can see, I mean, almost every one of these blanks that's sold recently, silver, mint state 62. And none of them are PR 62, and they should be PR 62. Another thing to notice about this one, and I'll show you. I guess I'm going to have to go back to, I don't go to a grading school or whatever, but I see a few scratches on that. And also, there's just no high points. How do you determine? I guess when it comes to blank planchets, you're looking at the amount of contact marks because there's no high points, there's no low points, there's no areas of potential wear. I mean, I guess this coin could show some wear if it circulated a little bit, and you could say, well, it's got some, but this coin has been, banged around by other coins, so it's probably in a bag, I would say. Somehow it got into a bag. Somehow it got out of the mint. Who knows how? So anyway, let's go back to looking at these. So we got mint state 62, which is confusing. So it should be PR, as I said already. But also I want to show everyone. Here are examples, and there's 823 that have sold at Heritage of proof coins that are actually circulated. They have the PR 50 details, PR 50. You have all of these different coins over here that have actually circulated at one time. And you don't typically see modern proofs because they're considered they're so common that you just don't see those graded because they're not worth it. But these here are more rare coins, and even though they're circulated, they're still worth sending off. Like this is a flying cent right here, and it was PR 50. It circulated. Another one, a 95 proof Morgan dollar. It's graded PR 50. And not only that, you could actually go to a lower grade, and let's say like a PR 30, and look at even a lower grade coins that are considered proofs. It's because of the details. There's die marks. There's certain things about, especially older proofs, that will show you, or that will reveal that they are actually a proof, okay? Or some of them are just only proof issues, so they're proofs, like the 56 Flying Eagle. Now there are Flying Eagles that were struck with a proof die, and I consider the same thing. But like I said, it is a confusing hobby, and really, PCGS should have put PR 62 on these because they are proof planchets. But I thought it was really cool. Got to pick it up. Got a pretty good trade deal on it, so I'm happy to own it. Eventually, maybe I'll put it up on the site. I don't know. I kind of like it myself. It just shows that proofs start at the planchet and go all the way through that way, and they can actually circulate. And that is what a proof is. A proof is a special coin. And there's a lot of different ways to tell certain series of coins are proofs or not. And it takes some study, takes some research. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please hit that sub button and that bell, and have a great day.